This is our video tutorial for the XL piping foot for the BERNINA L8 series. The XL piping foot can be attached on the L850 and L860 as well as on the L890. The XL piping foot is designed to produce and sew in piping in 6, 8 and 10 millimeters diameter. To allow for sewing these extra large pipings, the foot comes with an integrated shank. A Torx screwdriver is included. The groove on the bottom of the foot ensures even feeding of the various sized piping. The groove size can be adjusted by pressing and moving the height adjustment. Use the markings to verify the correct setting for your piping size. Before attaching the foot, remove the needles to avoid damaging them. Deactivate the knife. Remove the presser foot. Loosen the screw on the presser foot bar just enough to pull the shank away at an angle. Our tip: to reattach the standard presser foot bar, also place it at an angle under the screw. Place the XL piping foot shank along the presser foot bar and lower the bar. Tighten the screw. For sewing piping, ideal stitches are 4-thread overlock and 3-thread overlock. Insert the needles for the selected stitch and thread the machine. Notice, the built-in needle threader cannot be used. Its activation may damage the needle threader head. This note does not apply to the L890. It has no built-in needle threader. The foot can swing out and the manual needle threader can be used. Don't forget to re-engage the knife. Set the stitch length between 3.5 and 4.5. For piping of 5 to 7 mm diameter cord, cut a bias or knit strip of approx 5 cm or 2 inches. For piping of 8 to 9 mm diameter cord, cut a bias or knit strip of approximately 6 cm or 2.5 inches. It is important that the fabric and the cord can feed underneath the foot smoothly without resistance. We sew our example with approximately 8 mm material. Place the cord in the groove under the presser foot. Place the fabric strip tightly around the cord and secure it with a few stitches. Check that all layers are feeding evenly. If required, use the height adjustment to change the groove size. The needle stitches close to the cord while the seam allowance is trimmed and neatened. Make your own personalized piping quickly and easily. Our tip: make sure that soft cords are not compressed by the height adjustment to avoid stitching through it with the left needle. Also, if there is too much material under the foot and the cord is stitched through or jams, use the height adjustment to adjust the groove accordingly. Alternatively, use a finer cord or a thinner fabric. For sewing in piping, adjust the groove for the additional thickness of material. Another tip: to insert the piping, set the cutting width 1 mm to the right to prevent trimming the piping edge. Place the fabrics right side facing around the prepared piping. Check that all layers are feeding evenly. If required, adjust differential feed to between 1 and 0.7 to slightly hold back the lowest layer. An example of maximal size 10 mm diameter, including all fabric. One more tip: if producing the piping has already required the maximum setting, use a sewing machine for best results when adding piping into a seam. An example of piping sewn with 3-thread overlock, right needle, the cord is loose in the fabric. An example of producing piping and stitching it onto one piece of fabric using 3-thread overlock with right needle. The next step was to sew the second fabric on top of the piping. This procedure ensures that no stitches are visible on the right side. Our tip: for smaller piping, for example of 3 mm or 5 mm, use the piping feet 16S and 16L. Overlock machines and the XL piping foot make it easier and faster to create piping to add a personal touch to any of your projects.
BERNINA, made to create.